Hello everybody, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD, and welcome back to some more Dragalia Lost content. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the Wind Mercurial Gauntlet level 40 and the team that I use to clear it. So first things first, this just came out today, and I managed to clear it with some trouble. By some trouble, I mean a lot of trouble. Oh my goodness, it took a really long time, I'm not gonna lie. I underestimated it like crazy. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys off Wind Mercurial Gauntlet level 40, just show you that I did in fact get the clear. Right here is Mercurial Gauntlet, level 40 is right here. I did get the clear. Right here you can see first clear reward has been achieved. Also, just to note, you don't get any rewards after you clear it again. You don't get any drop rewards or anything if you clear it a second time, because the second time I cleared it, which you'll see a little at the end of the video, I'll play the video of my clear. There's actually no rewards for clearing it again, so it's just you clear it again for fun, pretty much. So it's literally just a punching bag mode. But anyways, I'll discuss Mercurial Gauntlet more in tomorrow's video. But some tips for level 40 Wind. Now, first of all, I don't know how it's supposed to get harder than this. Like, are they going to add another 20 levels? Because I am not looking forward to that. But, all right, so this is the team that I use to clear it. This team is good. It's obviously good. I managed to get the clear on Wind level 40 when, you know, some other teams couldn't. Now, I did have to actually control it. So I'm just going to start with the tips. You want to actually control your units, like the unit in the front. You want to actually control them because that's going to give you the most damage. The AI does not know how to properly do the attacks that give you the most chains and what skills to use and when to use them, etc., etc. So you want to be the one controlling them. You want to play on one-time speed just so you can play, you know, at the best that you can, get all the damage. Now, specifically for daggers, if you're using a dagger like I am right here with Ezreal, for their attacks, you want to do a maximum of 5 hits and then your 4 strike. You can do less than that and then 4 strike, doesn't matter. Just you don't want to do over that because that's when your dagger does the little backwards like jump thing, and that wastes too much time and wastes too much DPS, and overall you're not going to get the clear if you do that unless you have insane teams where you can get like insane DPS. But overall, you don't want to do that. It's going to waste too much time, like I said. So that's just if you're using a dagger. Again, if you're using something like a sword or a blade, they have different types of chains to use them. If you're looking for the perfect combo guide, I really recommend using Game Press. They have a guide on the most DPS available per combo. So, you know, like for swords, it's 2 or 3 hits and then 4 strike. It's just different combo mechanisms that you need for depending on who you're controlling. So just keep that in mind. Another tip I have for people is, first of all, I just want to get this out of the way. If your team is under, I would say if you're under like 16k might, I also got a text. I got to remember to get that out. If your team is under like 16k might, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to get the clear. It's just going to be really, really hard because of the simple fact that this is a insane DPS check. Unless you have like 4 max unbinded 5-star gacha dragons, it's going to be insanely hard to get the clear. If your team is under 15k might, and if you have that kind of a team, your team should not be under 15k might. So yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. If you're newer, you probably won't be able to get this. Again, it's gated by DPS, so keep that in mind. Another tip I have is you want to spread out your co-abilities. You don't want to have double swords or double blades or whatever because you're missing out on co-abilities. You want to use offensive co-abilities. You don't really want HP up or defense up or something. Again, they could be useful, but I used strength plus 10%, which is the maximum one on blades. You also have Dragon Haste, which again doesn't really matter too much. Skill Haste plus 15%, that's the maximum bow co-ability. And then crit rate plus 5% on your dagger. That's not maximum, maximum is 10. Again, Dragon Haste also maximum is 15, I believe. So if you have them maxed out, that's going to help a ton. But the main important one is Mikoto's blade co-ability of a strength plus 10%. That really plays a big role because overall 10% on every single hit you do it makes a big part for your entire team. It makes a really big impact on this. So again, the weapons I'm using of choice, I'm using all of the standard 5-star elementals with the attacking skills on these for all of them except Cerise. Cerise has the bow one, which is a crit rate up, I believe. It's crit rate up. Yeah, it's crit rate up by 20% for 10 seconds. So that's the weapons. Now, the dragons I'm using is a 0 unbinded Cerberus. Cerberus is a very good dragon. I used her on my, the one that was controlling Ezreal because of her skill. Her skill inflicts burn and reduces strength and defense by 5%, which is absolutely insane. It's a really good skill. So if you want some debuffs, this is a great one to use. I highly recommend using this on your, either use this or use an actual like your highest DPS dragon that you have on your main damage dealer. For me, I decided to go for Cerberus because I felt like the defense down was more important. On the defense down, you want to aim to get that down during the break state. Once the boss is in break state, the gold Fafnir, you want to get that that defense down off Cerberus. Next up, I have a 1 Unbinded Agni. Again, it's just a little bit better than Cerberus in terms of damage, but I like Cerberus's skill way more. I have Max Unbinded Ifrit, which is actually the strongest flame DPS dragon I have. It's on Marth. Then I have a Max Unbinded Hybrid Hilda. So those are the strength dragon, or the dragons I use. I highly recommend strength dragons again. I don't think you should run any healers. Let's talk about adventurers right now. I don't think you should run any healers on your team. You really should not. Healers will not help too much at all. Please don't run a healer. Just run 4 DPS things, because you can actually iframe every one of the Gold Fafnir's attacks using your helper. You want to use a helper like Elisand. You want to use a 5-star Elisand. Don't use a 4-star. You want to use a 5-star Elisand from one of your friends, so you can use the skill 3 times, because it increases the entire team strength by 20% for 15 seconds. It's a really good skill, so I highly recommend doing that. Again, the set does not matter on Elisand in terms of weapon and dragon, but what does matter is the word prints that the helper has that you're using. You want to have a helper that has both the Halidome Grooms, which again increases buff time by 10%, and the Bellathorna, which increases buff time by 20%. Altogether, gives you a 30% buff time increase, which is really nice. If your helper is not running that, you're going to miss out on a bit of DPS. If it's not running both of those, you can maybe have like one Bellathorna on your helper, and then like this one, Dragon Shapeshift Prep. So that's the next best option if you're not running two buff time up worm prints on your helper. So that's the helper. Highly recommend using Elisand. If you can't find an Elisand, Melody would be the next best one. So those are the 2 you want to run. Again, 5-star Elisand or 5-star Melody, of course. Now, in terms of actual adventures that you're using, other than these 4, some other great ones that I would recommend that I've seen on Element, there's things like Golemim. There are things like, I did not mean to do that. There are things like Golemim. There are things like Sanoa, Carl, anyone who has DPS, honestly, in Flame. Some main DPS ones, like I said, Golemim is really good. I've seen that in a lot of clears. Sanoa, you need to get some strength ups with Sanoa or crit rate ups with Sanoa, but she does work. Some off-element ones, which are actually really decent, would be Odetta and Melody. Also Elisand. Again, they offer some great team support options. Again, some on-element ones, defense down, like Student Maribel. Even Normal has the defense down, but I highly recommend Student Maribel over her because she has a damage increase. So Student Maribel, the flame one, Vanessa, they all offer defense downs. Yuden also offers a defense down, but again, I think Vanessa would be better than Yuden. So just keep those in mind. These are some adventures that you could use if you don't want to use any of these 4. But again, I think these 4 is actually a really solid team for using them. Now, as for worm prints, just throw on your best DPS worm prints, and if you can't get the clear, just mix and match your worm prints till you find the right combination. Personally, all the worm prints I'm using are max unbinded and fully leveled, except for these 2. This one, Jewels of the Sun, I don't have it max unbinded. It's only 2 unbinded. So again, you can have even more DPS if you max unbind that. I'm not sure if I have this one fully leveled. No idea. Okay. I believe it was this one. I don't have max unbinded. Still the show. It's not max unbinded. It's only 2 unbinded. Again, if you max unbinded, you'll get even more DPS on your team. And yeah, this team, I'm using a 4-star print. Flower in the Fray, just because I think it's the next best thing I have personally. So those are the worm prints I have. Again, any DPS prints you have, just throw your best DPS prints, and you should be able to get the clear. Now I'm going to be showing the video of the clear that I got now, because that's all the tips that I have. Actually, I have one final tip. You want to iframe his attacks that he does on you. Now, when I say iframe the attacks, that means you want to use a skill so that you do not get hurt. Your entire team will not get hurt if you use a skill when he does his attacks. Now, he does his attacks 3 times over the course of the match, which is perfect because your helper has 3 skills. So you use those 3 skills on 3 of his attacks. He does his attacks on all 3 of these marks. It should be at the 45-second mark, the 30-second mark, and the 15-second mark. So he does it every 15 seconds. He also does it at like the 1-second mark, but that one doesn't really matter because you should win at that point. So technically he does it 4 times, but let's just talk about the first 3. So you want to iframe those first 3 ones. Unless you have a Marth on your team, you might want to get hit on any one of those 3 to bring him down to red so that he can boost up your team's skill gauges to 100%. So that would be the only reason you don't want to iframe them. I'm not sure if I did or did not use that iframe thing on Marth. I think I tried both ways. I don't remember which one I got the clear. I think I got the clear both times, actually. So you can do it or you can't do it. You can still get the clear if you do not get Marth's ability into effect by him getting hurt. Remember, if Marth gets into red HP, he boosts all of his teammates' skill gauges to 100% for every single skill that they have. So it is something to keep in mind. If you can't get the clear, you might want to bring Marth into red. But again, you want to iframe them. You want to click him 1 second before the attack. So you want to click the iframe on the 46-second mark, the 31-second mark, and the 16-second mark. Remember, Elisand's skill, her skill, it lasts for like a second. So you have to be precise with it. If you're even a second off, again, you're going to get hit and you could possibly lose a member. So you have to use them at the perfect time and be careful with that because, again, like I said, you can get hit and it just, you lose your members. And if you lose a member, it's going to be really, really hard to get the clear. So keep that in mind. Like I said, good luck there. If you have a clear team, if you have any strategies, please share them in the comments down below. Like I said, you want to dragon and use Cerberus' skill or whatever dragon you're using off the break. Again, sometimes if you use your dragon, you might actually lose out on some DPS because some people have a really good skill. Again, if you're using like Odetta, you don't want to dragon with Odetta because Odetta's skills are what makes her a part of a part of the actual team. So just some things to keep in mind there. Try out different strategies. Again, sometimes you might need some luck with the crit rates. You might need some crits. You might need a lot of crits actually to get the clear. So just keep that in mind. There's different there's different luck things. Sometimes you're going to get a lot of crits. Sometimes you're not going to get any crits. So just keep trying. And again, good luck for you guys trying to get the clear. If you want some more tips, hop into Discord and leave a message asking me, mention me, and I can do my best to help you out specifically, or you can leave a comment, but that's a little bit harder to reach me. So Discord is the best. Again, the link to join is in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have clear teams or any suggestions, like I said, leave a comment down below, help other people out. Let's help each other out. I'm really happy with this actual difficulty. Some crazy rewards also. You really want to get that 39th level clear because you got a free sunlight stone. Not an ore, a stone. So good luck getting the clear. I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, take care.